When these beings that we see right here, when they become more numerous on the sun, I think it has something to do, it affects the earth, you all. I went back to August of 2014 and I thought, well, when is a time when there's a lot of these beings on the move, the dark beings, the dark plasma filaments? I want you to look at these. It was during that time, and I'm not going to say what happened during that time, but if you do a search, if you do August of 2014 world event or something like that, you will see what was happening on the earth during that time. And it wasn't good. I don't like these dark filament beings on the moon, sun. I don't, you all. I'm sorry. They do not give me good feeling of their presence at all. They don't. And there's not very many right now on the sun right now. There isn't. But back during this time, look how many was on the sun. And the world events in a certain region, they weren't too good. There was a lot of civilian casualties that occurred during the August of 2014. It is like, hello you all, yeah, it is like these dark filament beings, they literally, they probe inside this sun. It's like they attack the sun, is what it seems like. They reach their filaments inside every facet of the sun that they can, is what it seems like they do. And when they do, it's like trouble happens. See, this doesn't look like a normal sun. It looks like great big oval things inside certain parts of this sun. It does. I would hope that these aren't, I don't want to say eggs. I really don't want to say eggs. But these beings, look at them. On the side of the sun, a brain, Michelle. Yeah, I wish I could get this at a good, if I maybe darken it, I can darken it on my screen. That's what I can do. Darken it. Ooh, it's really dark. It's dark and sinister looking. I don't mean any disrespect either, you all, but these right here, filament beings, they just give me not too good of a feeling. I like to study this product, I really do, because of them, because they're all over it. And I would encourage you all, just do it. Just type in world event August of 2014, what was happening in the Middle East. That's what I felt led to do when I saw all these beings on here with the timestamp that I put in here, you all. I thought, there's so many of them. I wonder what was happening on the earth during that time, since there's so many dark filament beings on this sun, literally all over this sun, you all, all over it. Now, granted, there's probably been other times when it was completely loaded with them, but I don't think that they're not good harbingers of good, I don't think. I think it's like harbingers of something else when they show up, because they literally probe all in the sun. Doesn't this look like a cluster of ships or eggs or something inside of there? A big old cluster. It's like they're huddled together. Maybe they're huddled together to try to get away from these dark filament beings that literally are trying to, where is that section that they're huddled together in? Trying to get away from them, they probably are trying to get away from them. And they can't. It looks so strange in there, you all. It does. Inside the sun, it looks really strange. You really haven't missed anything. I was just showing this sun product. I wanted to see if there was any time when these beings on the sun, the filament beings, were any more active during certain periods of years, certain periods of time. And I went back to 2014, and there's a whole lot more of them then than now on the sun. And there was like certain events taking place on the earth during this period of time. It's like a big push by the darkness for war. War, you all. How can that look healthy? Well, yeah, that's the official name, coronal holes. I'm not talking about the coronal holes. I'm talking about these filaments. I think that they're living filament beings. I think they're living entities on the sun is what I think. Living, just like plasma. I think plasma is very living, and it's extremely intelligent. It's a life form. Plasma is a life form. And I think that these beings on the sun, they're a life form too, these dark filaments. And some may not agree, but that's what I personally feel. And I don't like, it's like a cluster of something inside it. Thinking about it. They look like the things you've been filming in the sky. Yeah. When, sometimes if you look in the sky, you'll see big streaks, I mean solid streaks of black in the form of a cloud, big long stringy ones, and part of me think it's them. They've made their way to Earth at times, and they can jump off the sun. They do. They jump off the sun. If they want to leap off the sun, they'll leap right off that sun, you all, and they'll head toward Earth. There's no reason why they can't. Especially if they are an intelligent species, they would do something like that. Just jump right off the sun. You can see them on here. They're most fascinating. I could sit and watch them all night. Wait. Can you get that off of there? I think I see something right here. See that round? Well, not right there. Where am I looking at? This whole area. Are we looking at the sun through a telescope or satellite? No, this is, I've got my cell phone. I've already went to bed. But I'm just relaxing, you all. Relaxing, staring at this SDOAIA 171. It's rather relaxing because it's so fascinating. It's got these dark filament beings all over it. And I'm trying to figure out is when there is an increase of them on the sun, is there a change of events on our earth with increased presence of these on the sun? And I think there is. I think it impacts the earth in a negative way. Negative energy comes through to the earth when there is a bunch of these on the sun. That's my thought process concerning these. Negative energy can be felt on the earth and seen. In other words, humanity is done wrong by the energy. That's what I say, because there's so many of them. And again, this was 2014. And I did a search for 2014, and a war was taking place. A major war in the Middle East, and a lot of stuff happened. It wasn't very nice at all. It wasn't. Just look at that. It's like, it's not a normal inside of that. No, they don't. Yeah. It's just wild, you all. I don't do it justice here with my phone, but I'm not on my big computer. I just, I would encourage you to go over to that product. I want you to see for yourself. If you can go over to the SDO gallery, I've showed how to get to it, is what I have on that last video, how you get to it. Just go over there to that, you all, because I want you to see it for yourself. Do your, do some researching. I can't really shrink that down. I think I've made it too big. I've got it like a 200%. If you didn't know, on the side of your computer, if you go up here on your main side up here, if you push this down, you have a zoom area right there. You can zoom up to 500% on your screen. And if you zoom up 500%, you will get something like this, you all. You'll get a close-up. Look at that, 500%. Of course, I've got a touch screen along with it. But if you could go look at that product, it's not disappointing if you like to look at this sun with all this filament on it, these dark beings clustered all over it, because it looks really cool. It does. It looks really cool. I've got to shrink my screen down, you all. So again, if you didn't know that your computer, if you have a laptop or a computer, these 3 bars, and some people may know, but some people may not know, you just keep pushing it. Make it go back down to like 100%. Oh, well, it's small enough, it is. But if I was to click it out, once you go to that NASA product right here, you go to this SDO area, and it brings it up. It'll show the yellow, it'll show the green screen. But you go down here, and you'll have these different choices, and just go to the SDO 171, and it brings it up. This is what it looks like right now, and you know we have some dark filament beings. See, they're gathered around some of them, but they were really clustered all around this area. Too many for comfort. And if this keeps getting a lot more of these, I think it's going to cause negative energy to rise on the earth. I really do feel that it will. It will cause the negative energy to rise on the earth if these keep multiplying or coming from wherever they're coming, if they're breeding or something. But anyhow, you click into that, and you have to push the play button right here. I want you all to be able to know how to go back in time. Of course, it's going to blink, but once it stops blinking, oh, I see they blocked something out. Once it stops blinking, you come over here, and here's what you got to do. I want you to go do research. It's really cool. You come down here, and you can go back in time. I went back to 2014, but you can drop this down too for any month you want. And then say if you have to click one of these, and you want to make sure you put 300 here, because that's the maximum time. And 20, you may get tired of hearing this, but some people may just be seeing it for the first time. And press apply, and you'll see what this particular product looked like back in that period of time, which is, it is cool. It's fascinating. I sat and one time I watched it for around 4 hours just looking at, because I wanted to know how far it was. You all, let me put this down here so you don't see the blinking. I just stare at my keys on my laptop, you all. I did a video about this, why my keys looked backwards one time, and I got a lot of flack from a YouTube channel. But that's okay, I don't care. Yeah, see, it brings up a totally different one, you all, but you can see that it's 2015 now, May of 2015. But yeah, you all, it's really, it's a neat product to look at, and you can see all that movement inside that sun. They're not just coronal holes, there's like life inside of there too, types of portals and things. So I am going to go. I just wanted to share that with you. I think the more these beings start attaching themselves to the sun or coming from wherever they're coming from, I think it raises the negative energy on the earth toward humanity, is what I think happens. I just don't like their presence like that. I don't. So with that being said, thank you for taking the time to look at this. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you.